Hey out there, everybody. I know my channel's been a little bit dead this week. Sorry about that. It's actually because I've been in Las Vegas on a business trip. So I was out there for a conference, just got back a couple days ago. And while I was out there, I randomly ended up going on the world's longest VR roller coaster. I wasn't planning to do this at all, but I had had quite a few drinks on the company tab that night at dinner. And I was just wandering around Vegas by myself, and I knew there was a roller coaster on top of New York Casino, right? And I'd been on it before, it's pretty fun, and I figured, fuck it, I'll take an Uber down there and, give it a shot. When I got there, they had added a VR component, so they give you a headset for $5 extra, and you're doing the existing roller coaster, but they overlay a whole VR experience on top. And I thought, I gotta try this damn thing. So, I paid the extra money, and I gave it a shot. And it was, in many ways, not what I was expecting out of my first VR roller coaster experience. So I figured I'd make a video out of it, tell you guys how it went. And if you're ever in Vegas, may help you decide whether or not you want to check this out. So I found this video of a full ride-along, and I figured we'll just do it that way. You can experience it with me as I experienced it in the moment. So as you can see, that first little room, we were in like a research area. We're still in some kind of facility here. Plenty of scientists all over the place. Doesn't seem to be very well run. They clearly dropped this thing with an alien in it. The guy just, the best he could do is point at it. So this is about the part where you want to start looking around, right? You're like, oh, I'm in VR. There's a big canyon, shit's falling. There's a guy in front of me anyways. Might as well just look around. But if you're on a roller coaster, you have shoulder restraints, which means that if you turn your head like 5 degrees in either direction, you're immediately slamming into a shoulder restraint, which, not the greatest feeling in the world. The headset doesn't really have much cushion in certain areas. The one that I had was pretty beat up, and right around my nose, there was like no cushioning at all, which ended up being pretty terrible, but we'll get into that. So up to now, it hasn't really been much of a roller coaster. It was the slow part at the beginning, you're going up the hill, This is when it starts to become problematic. So they threw a headset on your face with minimal padding, really kind of worn down, not well built. And then you're going on a drop and you're going 70 miles an hour and the fucking G-forces kick in. And I think this is when the side of my nose started bleeding. The force of the shaking of the headset right on my nose with the hard fucking plastic, like this whole part of the ride I couldn't even watch because the pain was so constant that I had to just keep my eyes closed and kind of like wait for it to be over. So from this point in the ride, I really cannot comment on what was happening because I didn't see any of this shit. My eyes were glued shut. I was just waiting for it to be over. So I've got a big nose. I've been hit in the nose before. It sucks. It's painful. But I've never experienced anything this, like, constantly torturous. Like, it was one of the most physically uncomfortable fucking experiences I've had in my life. And afterwards, it looked like I got beat up. Like, it looked like I had to go to this business conference the next day, and it looked like I got in a bar fight the last night. And I had to explain to people, oh no, I just paid $20 to go on a VR roller coaster on top of a casino in Las Vegas. Like, okay, well, I'm an idiot, obviously. So even if I didn't get beat up, it's not a great story. I don't even know what to say. Like, anytime it was in motion at a decent speed, it was just intolerable. And I love roller coasters. I love VR. Somehow putting them together in this particular context, oh man, jeez. I will say, luckily, they did give me a voucher for the regular 2D version of the ride, which, of course, I was not able to redeem because I had to leave town before I got to. But anyways, good on them for realizing that it sucks. I talked to the supervisor afterwards, and she said, hey, do you have any feedback? How could we make it better? And I said, essentially, just don't do this to people until you figure out how to get a headset that is comfortable at those speeds and at those G-forces. And, what else can you really say? So, at the end of the day, really do not go on this thing. Please don't go on this thing. If you're in Las Vegas and you want to go on a roller coaster, sure, go on the normal one. It's pretty fun. You get to see the Vegas Strip from up high. I enjoy that. The VR thing is one of the worst experiences I've ever paid for in my life.
and I would avoid it at all costs. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my 2 cents on the Big Apple Coaster VR edition in Las Vegas at the New York Casino. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.